everyone, I'm Peyton Joe, also known as I Hate Peyton on Instagram. I am here today to answer some questions about sustainable fashion and how it is busy impacting our society and what we are used to. So yeah, sustainable fashion for me, it's a whole different era of fashion. You know, I think that for so long everyone kind of just wants the basic labels such as Nike, Adidas, and so on. I feel like so many small little shops that have so much character, honestly, like you have pieces that tell so many beautiful stories, you know what I mean? And I think for every new person that gets the chance to wear that item or piece, it's a different story. So at the end of the day, you don't know what you get. You could have 1,000 different stories in one piece, or one very meaningful and powerful story as well.
We're going to the second location. As you can see, I'm in my country girl top. Right here I've got, what's your name? You didn't even actually.
My name is Peyton.
Wait, let me just. Yeah, what's up, man? What's your name?
It's Peyton Joe. Nice to meet you.
I hate Peyton.
What do you do, man? What do you do? Tell us more, man. Give us the sauce.
Creator.
Give us the sauce, Joe.
I'm a content creator. I do modeling, but I prefer calling it visual art because I don't know, modeling just sounds so overrated. I don't know, I love reading. I love thrifting. I think that fast fashion is overrated, very overrated. I love old movies and old music, and I'm very quirky. There we go.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is really an in-depth, question.
Probably my character from now on is the. Chilling, man. I'm actually letting cool kids do their thing, cause
Cool kid.
gotta rest.
I'm not.
I'm kidding. He is saying that he's not a cool kid.
Yeah.
Wesley's the cool kid.
Who's
What
a
he
cool
do?
kid here?
If I fall, yeah. I don't have medical age. Yo.
But I actually took a photo of you when you were like, it's actually a cool shot. We feel like influencers right now, even though we're not.
You know,
But
like,
we just got
our
ourselves.
first promotion.
You know what I mean?
Feels so good. Be promoters. It feels so good to be a promoter.
You know.
So grateful.
You know.
Disturbing the peace with some peace of mind. Sleeping in jeans, I'ma need a night. OD on the cheap advice. OC on the cheapest flight. Lately I've been on the move trying to get to something. But I told her I've been running just to see the sights, see the lights, and they're not my types. Who would chill with a brother if it's ice all white, but it's not. Am I living life in a box? Tell if it's a crisis or not. I hate coming off too normal, but I can use a wife and a dog and a job and a white fence off where the white kids walk.
Can I ask you, are you gay?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find it weird if people ask you that?
Never. I don't know. I feel like over the years, because I'm really young, I'm like 17, so it was really, really weird for me at first because I didn't really know it myself.
Yeah.
But like recently.
Didn't you always know? Everyone says
Hey,
that.
but for me, I feel like, I don't know, I've had so many experiences with so many different people. I used to live in the Middle East, so it's like illegal to be gay. And
You've been everywhere.
yeah, I've been, like, honestly, I have. So for me, personally, someone who lived overseas, it's... I also think that as a queer person, I have so much, color and so much diversity inside of me, honestly. I think that for me, for fashion for a very long time was so sheltered and nutshelled because I kind of had to dress a certain way to fit a characteristic or character that I'm really not, For me as a queer person, I definitely do think that sustainable fashion for all gives me the chance to really express who I am as a creator and as a queer human being. So I would definitely also refer to the fact that I think that fashion kind of sets you apart from other people. So sustainable fashion definitely also gives the character of where did that person get that piece, or what's the story behind that piece, or you know what I mean. I think that every piece you buy makes you so different, just due to the fact that, you know, when you walk into like a proper thrift store, you're gonna find stuff that not everyone has, and one of each. So if you take it, you take it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? I had always seen thrift stores in I'm from Saudi. Well, I was raised in Saudi, so I never really had the chance to go thrifting due to the fact that there's not a lot of stuff like that. But at my age and the person who I was, I had a lot of inspirational stuff from Pinterest and Instagram, and saw these thrift stores and how my favorite YouTubers and creators would go thrifting for their beautiful pieces that I admired for so long. I moved back here on the 29th of April 2019. The 30th, I was the very first one at the thrift store. I could not wait. That was the one thing I really was so excited about coming home to, is thrifting and finding my own fashion identity, I guess. For me personally, the friends I had in Saudi were so diverse. They could wear couture, they could wear, you know, some grunge, they could, you know, there's so much diversity in the fashion in Saudi, that when I came home, I kind of was ready to find my own fashion identity. Fashion to me is the power to express yourself through being yourself and what you wear. I think that fashion has such a different aspect to everything, you know what I mean? I think that what you wear portrays a lot of your creativity and what you can do with your pieces. I don't know, fashion to me has honestly, that's a question I guess I'm still finding out, you know. Every day looking at the most beautiful pieces, like from watching the LV show, from watching the Tyler the Creator show, and what he's creating, and to see such a diverse layering in materials and color palettes, I guess that alone is fashion to me. The fact that some things that you don't like find, you know, some stuff that literally, like red, for instance, if you see the color red, it's mostly boring, to be honest. But I definitely also think that if you match it with some color that you also don't like, or other ways around, you're gonna find something that you really, really adore. So fashion to me is the feeling of unknown. I look up to so many different fashion designers and fashion icons for so many different reasons. There's Emma Chamberlain. She's a YouTuber in America who, oh my gosh, her pieces are all thrifted, but somehow she just makes it work. She can buy the ugliest shirt that you've ever seen and turn it into such a beautiful ensemble. There's so many different people as well, like Ricky Thompson. His style has, I don't know, like him also being a queer being, I think that Ricky's fashion totally brought me out of my closet. It made me realize that there's so much more that I could do as a queer gay human being with my clothes than to do anything else. So I would definitely say Emma Chamberlain and Ricky Thompson. In South Africa, I think there's so many, like the people, oh my gosh, I was actually thinking about this the other day, that like a few years ago I was looking up to all these fashion icons such as Nkuli, Glenn, Siababa, and I never really thought that they would ever mention me. Like in the last year, I got so many follows from them. They're so supportive and so friendly, and I don't know, I think that they, in the South African realm of fashion, there's so much diversity. Like there's actually so much diversity, and I look up to so many different South African fashion creators for so many different reasons. So from the top of my head, I'm gonna name 4 of my favorite. It would definitely be Nkuli, Franadella, Lexa Cleo, and who else would I say? Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Oh, Siababa, definitely. So I think that if I wasn't queer, I definitely don't think my fashion sense would have changed at all. You know, I think that for me, on the one hand, I feel like South African heterosexual men or heterosexual women kind of feel so sheltered by what they have to wear to fit in with their sexuality or their beliefs or religious, you know, whatever the case may be. Me being a queer being just brought me a little bit more out of my shell earlier. I think with time I definitely would have, you know, found my fashion style. So to answer your question, no, I do not think that if I was any differently, if it would, you know, change my fashion sense. The fashion in Freiburg, dry, crusty, but it does have character, I have to say. There are so many people that I literally see like walking on the street, and it's so weird that like even like a guy that's just driving his bicycle selling oranges or whatever. There's like the other day I saw this guy with a hat that looked so cool. I actually wanted to steal it from him. But to answer your question, the fashion here is just dry, and I think that the fashion revolution has kind of not moved here at all, you know. But yeah, I think that the photographers that I've met here have each taught me something so different, such as Wesley. He's honestly brought me out of my shell way more, especially with my creative levels and doing shoots that I find passionate, not just what social media portrays as interesting or aesthetic, or you know what I mean. I started off in this town shooting by myself, such as at the beginning of my career. I would sit in my mom's room and use her white wall and take photos in sweatpants and Adidas jackets and stuff like that, just to feel creative. I then moved on to like editing and more travel photography, and about 2019 I met a group of creatives in the Middle East as well, and I think that my whole thing with this town is I feel like the creators that I've met here all have such beautiful stories. I think for me at the moment, learning from Wesley and so many other photographers in this town, is that how do I say this, is that I think that it is very, very how do I explain it? This is so hard to explain. It's weird for me to come from a place where everybody was doing different stuff and moving here and figuring out that there's so many photographers that do the same thing, but also have so many of their personal projects that they don't share due to it kind of being stereotypical, if you know what I mean. And I said this yesterday as well, I feel like doing commission work where you're paid to do a certain thing, and then your personal projects, I feel there's such a stigma in the photography community that your personal projects have to be the same as your commission projects. So me moving here and finding so many beautiful places such as this thrift store we're in right now is, I don't know, I feel like every photographer in this town has a story, and that's why I also love thrifting, is because it reminds me that behind every piece there's 10 million stories. You don't know who wore it before you don't know what that person's life aspect was. For my rail, I chose looks that were very minimalistic but exciting at the same time. I always love that about fashion, that you can wear something so minimalistic and then wear a piece that puts it so well together and kind of, I don't know, spices it up. Like as you can see today, I'm just wearing like a normal black turtleneck and a black pants, and the main course, I guess, is the blue denim, the blue leather jacket. So I would definitely say that that is what fashion is to me, and that's what the rail is as well. I kind of wanted to incorporate different colors but still keep it really chill and energetic at the same time. So yeah, the future of fashion is only getting bigger by the day. There's so many new designers, local designers, international designers coming up right now with the most amazing pieces, the most beautiful pieces. I definitely do think the future is fashion, but sustainable fashion, always, every day, all the time. So do yourself a favor and go thrifting, go to the secondhand shops. You will find the most beautiful pieces, and the future of fashion is sustainable.
Ooh. You see, I like it when people give me punchline.